Hello and welcome to We Poets. My name is Sally Baker and I'm the host of We Poets. We Poets is a poetry show for boys and girls between the ages of 6 and 13. So if you would like to be on the program, please have your parents or your school teachers call me. Today we don't have any poets, but we have a wonderful guest who's going to tell us all about two nonprofit organizations that he's involved in. And so I know we're going to have an interesting program. But if you would like to be a guest on We Poets and tell young people something about your job or your career, I'm always looking for adult guests to come also. So, without further ado, we're going to get started, and I'm going to introduce you to my special guest for today, and his name is Lejon Fahim Reese. Did I pronounce that right?
Lejon Fahim Reese, absolutely.
Good, good. Tell us all about yourself and about these two wonderful nonprofit organizations that you sponsor.
What? If I tell you all about myself, it may take days, but in brief, my name is Lejon Reese. I was born and raised in Richmond, California, and I noticed you have Fahim in there.
Yes.
So Fahim is a name that I adopted in 1992 when I converted to the religion of Islam. Mm-hmm. So Fahim means intelligent, learned, or come from the root word understanding.
Great.
So myself, growing up in Richmond, California, I had adverse situations. I was addicted to the criminal lifestyle, what led me down the wrong path.
Right.
And that wrong path led me to 31 years of incarceration. But yeah.
Oh, 31 years.
30 years and 2 months. So yes. 31 years from age 17 to 48.
Oh no.
So you talk about read poets, we talk about connecting to the youth, we talk about to the youth who's going down the wrong path, and how to identify what the youth was going on today. I was one of those youth.
I'll be darned. So you want to put the message out to our young people today?
It's important.
Yes.
It's important that they understand that they are human beings, that we all make mistakes.
That's right.
Right. And so in my adolescence, I grew up playing baseball. In community Richmond, baseball was our biggest sport.
Good.
You know, we had a league what was called Richmond Pony Baseball. So I played for a team called the Trailblazers, had some good coaches. And our coaches then were our mentors.
Yes.
Because a lot of our, we grew up, especially myself, my father wasn't there in my life. And so my mom was there, single parent, raising me, single household. So she did everything she can, to raise me as a young man. But I decided to walk outside and see a lot of things in the neighborhood, cars, money, girls, and see the adults doing these things.
Yes.
And it pulled me to the left instead of right. Mm-hmm. Right. And so I didn't understand it then. I knew it was wrong, but it didn't really resonate or process in a young mind to what I was doing until I got older, was arrested, and started making a change through my incarceration. I started to figure out, this is what you was doing. This is why you were doing these things. Looking for identity. I didn't really understand neglect and abandonment, not from my mother and the father, but from a society, a community who know how to wrap their arms around us.
Yes.
And so my neglect came from myself. I neglected myself, meaning that I should listen to the positive things, what was coming to me from my grandmother, my mother, and my aunts, uncles, even friends who gave me the right advice. I neglected it, went the other way.
Yes, because it takes a neighborhood to raise a child.
Absolutely.
And you had the neighborhood.
Yes.
But you didn't always listen to what that neighborhood was telling you.
I didn't. I saw it, but me and my friends and myself decided to do something different.
Yes. Well, now tell us about this two nonprofits that you created. Tell us about those, please.
Yes. So we will start motivated to help others. It was inspired through my grandmother, Darcy Harper. So she passed away in 2009 from melanoma.
Oh.
And she was like my mom. Everything I was going through, my grandmother, she had my back.
Yes.
Through everything. If I done wrong, she knew I done wrong. She spanked me, and she wear hair like yours, right? You remind me of my grandma, right?
Oh, really?
In this conversation, yes, it's like, I'm talking to my grandma again. But in 2019, she passed away.
Oh.
And she was a pillar in the community. She gave, she fed, she inspired. She never turned her back on nobody.
Not anybody.
Right? And so she always had this giving spirit, to her kids and everyone. So I adopted that.
Good.
In her. And so in 2012, when I was incarcerated in Folsom State Prison, they had a program that was called Relay for Life Cancer Walk.
Oh.
So for the Relay for Life Cancer Walk, it was the first one. And so we had teams, 10-man teams, well up to 10.
Oh.
And our teams was basically divided or segregated to the county or the city where you were from.
Oh, okay.
But you could have had anyone but us. We had a team that was called Richmond or Richtown, Rich Roller to represent my geographical location. Mm-hmm. But I told myself for the next year, I said, well, if I'm trying to get away from this old lifestyle, I got to start changing my thinking more. So I changed the name. I told guys from the community and on the yard, community, because the yard was a community of people.
Oh, okay.
I say, hey, I'm going to start my own team. They're like, for real? I'm like, yeah. Anybody want to join me? They're like, what you going to name it? I named it Motivated to Help Others.
Good.
So the 2 was T-O.
T-O.
A year later, I changed it to the number 2.
Oh, good, good.
So Motivated to Help Others, it was created and inspired inside Folsom State Prison. So from 2013 to my release in 2018, we carried the tradition every year for the Council Relay for Life Walk. We would make food, bring it to the yard, everyone gather, but all the teams. So it started 20 teams. It ended up to about, when I left, roughly 100 teams.
100?
Yes.
From 20 to 100?
Yes, on the yard. So
Now, how many were on a team?
up to 10.
Oh, up to 10.
So
Okay.
you can have 5 to 10. So all races.
Yes, that's good.
So all races, creeds. You had the Hispanics, the Mexicans, the Asians, whites, blacks, everybody. And some people mix their teams.
Yeah.
You know, and so prior to my release, one of the board commissioners, she was reading my I got granted parole
Oh, okay.
in 2018.
Okay.
So that was my 4th time going up for parole. I was denied 3 times. You know, for rules violations and stuff like that. And they had to really decide to make sure when they signed their name on the dotted line prior for my release, I was going to do right with my acclamation. So the board member, she said this here. She said, Fahim, I love this program you wrote out. Motivated to help others. You want to help people in the community? I'm like, yeah.
Yes.
She said, okay. When you're released, that's how I found out I was going to be released before they told me I was paroled.
Oh.
Yeah, she said, when we let you go, I'm like, ooh, tears went to my body. It's been 31 years. She said, when we release you, you better take your program back to your community. I took my program back to the community in 2018, which I was released. 6 months later, myself, Keisha Gallant, my woman, we started putting things together. Going to the community, feeding. I bought a cardboard. I was working construction.
Oh.
And so this was really ignited the fuel to put my program together. I was working for a construction company called Eco-Based Services, an abatement company in San Francisco. At the Chase Center where the Warriors play basketball.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I'm playing there, right? And so we helped open it up. We created it and built it and finished and everything. So every time I see Steph Curry hit a 3 and on the floor, I can say I helped some of that project.
Good.
Right. So here I am. I'm fresh out of prison. I'm sweeping. So we got a lot of guys working. And I saw some men walking around. I said, man, who was them guys? And somebody said, oh, they make your paycheck. I'm like, they don't write my paycheck. Eco-Bay right. So it was a guy being kind of funny. But in my mind, I'm like, okay. So we had a couple words back and forth. So while we had the words back and forth, he's my supervisor at the time. He said, now go pick up that broom. I said, huh? I said, okay.
So you went and picked up the broom.
I picked up the broom.
And started sweeping?
Yeah, so I started sweeping. But in my mind, I said, I never had somebody else tell me that again.
Oh, yeah. You want to be your own boss.
Exactly.
Yes, and teach others. Yes.
And teach others.
Yes.
So we finished that site. I went to another site, another company called Nibby Brothers. Started working on 880, the Brooklyn Basin. Started doing our project, the Brooklyn Basin. So I bought some cards. I said, I got to figure it out. Put Motivated Helpers on a card. I'm fresh. I don't know nothing about nonprofits and all that. I just have something wrong on a piece of paper. So I just started navigating, engaging, meeting people.
Right.
Asking questions, watching. I did less talking.
Oh, yes.
And I just started mixing, mingling, getting in circles. And I started a program so I went back to a program called Rising Sun, Certified Opportunity. Asking them questions. and they just start, mentoring me. Miss Juanita, she's one of the program directors. Julia, she's the CEO. Start talking to them. Another ex-CEO or director named Travers. And now, so I'm only home 6 months.
Yeah.
But they give me information.
Yes.
So I'm taking the information.
All the information in, yeah.
Yes. I'm taking the information and slowly but surely applying it. So as they give me the information, I'm applying it and taking it to the community.
Good. So now, what was your first? Who was your first sponsor? The person who helped you to get your foot in the door.
So my first sponsor for Motivated Help Others, actually, we came out of our pockets.
You paid it out of your own pocket.
Yes, I was working construction.
Oh yeah.
So we didn't get any grants or anything.
Oh yeah.
We tried to write grants unsuccessfully.
Yes.
So the money I was making for construction, mommy, I'm putting it right back into the business.
Yeah, good.
So I understand the concept of pay yourself. If you want to grow, plant your own seeds. Water your grass.
Right.
So now I can watch it. I can put the fertilizer down. I can watch it and cultivate and bring it up.
Yes.
It was a slow process. But I also understand the business to take 5 years to get a good thing going.
That's right.
I understood that.
That's right.
So I was in no rush to get a
No
lot of
rush.
funding. Because it wasn't about the money, it was about serving.
Yes.
But in 2021, we received our first grant from an ECIA grant, part of Chevron. They gave us $20,000 during COVID.
Wonderful.
So when COVID hit, we got the COVID grant. I think we did a PPP. They gave us a PPP.
Now what's a PPP?
It was a loan.
A loan?
Yeah. So when COVID hit, the PPP grants and all those things, and then they forgave it, so we didn't have to pay it back.
Wonderful.
A loan, because we had to document all the work that we were doing. They say, "Hey, you doing this work?" And we had documentation to show and prove what we were doing in the community.
Isn't this great?
Yes.
Oh.
So that was in 2019, 2020, and parts of 2021. And then, so we created different programs. So let's back. Motivated Help Others, it was created for fitness education, mentorship.
Oh.
It started off just from myself with a jump rope and a radio.
A jump rope on the radio.
Yeah. So that's how the highlights began. I was at the Vallejo waterfront. A friend of mine named Harold Leaks. Unfortunately, someone shot and killed him a couple of years ago. But he saw my video I put on YouTube. He said, "Fahim, where you at?" I said, "I'm at the Vallejo waterfront." He said, "Right now?" I said, "I saw you in a video." I said, "Man, that was a couple of days ago." He said, "But I saw you." It clicked. I said, "You saw me?" I'm fresh home.
Yeah.
He like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay." I said, "I'll start being out here on the weekends." So he came to see me. Now he did some time also. He was incarcerated.
Okay.
I had a cup outside. He just got a job. He said, "I'm gonna donate to your program." He gave my first donation was $20.
Good for him. Good for him.
So we do things, in his name also. And so he gave my first donation. Like, okay. So I bought a cardboard, little background from Home Depot, from Staples.
Oh yeah.
Took it home.
Made a
Had
sign.
Keisha, her daughter. I gave him a sign. They're like, "What you gonna do with this?" I said, "Just put Motivated Help Others. Make it look good."
Make it look
I'm just trying to draw people in.
Yes.
I started putting all type of sticks and stuff on the back, trying to make my own sign stuff, hammer in the ground. But people started recognizing.
Good.
So from a jump rope, we started doing community events, community outreach, feeding the homeless every year.
Oh. Now where would you get the food? Do people donate the food?
We donate people, so we make signs.
Yes.
We use the social media, use our phones, our friends. I got good friends like my friend Maurice back there. He's a childhood friend, so connect with him and just bring in volunteers to show what we're doing.
Now what kind of food would you make for the people?
Same food we eat.
Like hamburgers and hot dogs?
Shoot, hamburgers, hot dogs. If I eat a steak, they're gonna eat a steak. Yeah.
I see.
So if whatever people donate and we cook
it.
we cook. So
Now, where would you cook the food?
At home.
At home.
On the stove.
I see, and then bring it to wherever, like a park
Pack
or a
it
church
up
or
wherever we find the homeless at.
Oh.
So we go look for them.
Good.
Because you have people who's unhoused, less fortunate.
That's
they
right.
don't have cars.
That's
they
right.
can't see the social media.
Right.
So we
So
want
you
to
would drive there?
We would drive. We would walk. We would drive. We have cars. So we would drive around
Isn't this great?
in here
Yes.
and feed the people.
And feed the people.
Yeah.
Ah. You serve hot coffee and tea or
I
juice
think
or water?
one time we served some hot coffee, but we went to I think Starbucks and bought
yeah.
the big tubs
Right,
things and fill.
right.
Yeah. So we try to make it easy as possible.
And
when
how
we
many
do
days a
things.
week would you do this?
We would do it when we first began. We did I think 3 to 4 times a year.
Oh, 3 to 4 times a
Yeah,
year.
because we were doing so much, but we also had different programs.
Oh, I see.
So we pass out backpacks, sleeping bags, hygiene kits,
Yeah.
soap, deodorant, toothbrushes, toothpaste. So we done a lot.
Yeah. Well,
So
where would you
outside of
get
food,
these articles?
Donations,
Donations.
but mostly out of our pockets.
Oh, yeah.
So we make a call out. Hey, this is what we doing. We need your help. This is what we doing. We need your help. Motivated, help us. We pushing. Please help us so we can help someone else.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, did you? Some of these people that you helped, did they come back to volunteer?
I've
Some of the homeless
had
people.
I've had people come back. Actually, just recently, a guy I know, his name is Tommy. And in 2022, he was homeless. He was down and out. And on Thanksgiving, so we in Richmond, myself and Keisha, she made some food. So we had a couple of trays left, but I was looking for him.
Oh.
And I found him on Cutting Boulevard in Richmond by a fire station. He's walking, he had his head down.
Oh.
And we called him Bob.
Oh, okay.
I said, hey, Bob, he saw me. He said, man, what's up, Fahim? I said, I got something for you. He said, what? We gave him 2 trays of food.
Good.
He stood right there, started eating the food. He started praying. He started crying.
Oh.
And I said, taking clothes and every time I seen him.
Yes.
And for Juneteenth, 2024 in Richmond, I saw someone standing behind me. I saw somebody standing behind me. I looked. He says, Bob. He cleaned himself up. He was clean.
Good.
So he just came to my center last week. Talked to one of the young men that I mentor.
Oh.
He want to start exercising. He been clean for almost 2 years now.
Isn't this great?
Yes. He got a car. He driving Uber.
Oh.
So you talk about who people come back. So he said, I want to come back and help you. Help me eat the food. I never forget that. And so it's just all about the service.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I get out the car, I see the people in front of the building. First thing cut in my mind, how can I help everybody out there?
That's right. Now, most of the people that you help, are they men or women or sort of mixed?
Everyone.
Everyone.
Men, women, child, it don't matter.
Right.
Race, it don't even matter.
It doesn't matter, no.
It's just whoever need help.
That's right. Human beings that need help.
Yeah, because key word, we're human beings.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Now, let's see here. Let's see. Now, how much further do you want to see this work go? How do you want to expand it?
I want to expand it throughout Contra Costa County, throughout the Bay Area. And I want to be able to just really connect and network with different organizations so we can feed and help many people as we can. And that's what it's about.
That's right.
Be able to feed and help many people as we can. And we can
Yes.
get to Berkeley, Oakland.
No matter where
Sanford,
it's at.
no matter where we are, we want our reach to get somewhere.
That's right. That's right.
Because everyone needs a helping hand. Everyone needs a pull. Everyone needs a hug. And we can put a smile on somebody's face.
Somebody's face. Yes, indeed.
And let them know we care.
Yes.
That's incredible.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, tell me, how did you meet David Flores here at Berkeley Community Media?
Dave is a good friend.
Isn't
So I
Dave
met
a good man?
Dave. So we have a program called, another mentoring and nonprofit called 100 Years Enterprise.
Oh, okay.
And so that's about 3 men who collectively done 100 years of incarceration. Myself, Dante Gaines, and Patrick Scott.
100 years.
Yes. So we came together. See that right there? Yes.
yeah.
So we came together to formulate that program. We were doing podcasts.
Okay.
And so we met, we came in contact with Reentry Media. So Reentry Media was connected with Dave. They said, we know someone who know how to film, edit, and do all these things. And they introduced us to Dave.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Dave started editing and helping us with podcasts.
Yes.
I called Dave just a couple weeks ago for some information.
Uh-huh.
So it's about when you meet good people,
Oh, yeah.
you keep the good people,
Yeah.
around you.
Yes,
I said,
yes.
Dave, I got a young man I want to mentor to teach how to use a camera. Dave said, no problem.
No problem.
So for our podcast, Dave is the one who put our podcast on YouTube.
Isn't this great?
Yeah.
Yeah. David does some wonderful things here with his staff
Yes.
at Berkeley Community Media. Yes.
Exactly.
Now, before we run out of town, I want you to look right there at the camera and tell us where people can contact you, your two nonprofits, please.
Yes. So, of course, on social media, you can find Motivated to Help Others on Instagram, Motivated with the number 2 Help Others, YouTube, Facebook, well as TikTok. And you can Google Motivated to Help Others. For 100 Years Enterprise, our website is 100years.biz. Our Instagram is 100 Years DOP. Our YouTube is 100 Years Podcast. You can find us there, well as we also have podcasts on Spotify too.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so we're working on Anchor, but we have our podcast there. They just continue to build, grow, and we want to be able to. They similar, but they different, but merge, and because the more we can merge different things and ideas, the more people that we can help.
Good. And I'm sure David can put this out on Berkeley Community Media.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And it's all about, being able to sit, and also we want to build a community center in Richmond.
Good for you.
Yes, they tore our community center down. I know we've run out of time, but they tore our community center down in 2016. And I made a vow to my community and to myself, I'm gonna do everything I can to build a community center back. So I've been working with Chevron. Yeah, so
Wonderful.
I was just on the Chevron commercial a couple weeks ago.
Tell us about that
So the
quickly.
Chevron commercial is called Common Ground.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it's called Common Ground. So Chevron reached out to me because I'm a community and a resident of Richmond. And they see the work that 100 Years Enterprise do with us, Motivated to Help Others. So it was a no-brainer when they asked me to do the commercial. Just so we can just show that Chevron does a lot in the community, even though they get a bad, tag on them because of chemicals and whatnot.
Yes, yes.
But they give so much. And so during COVID, when we knocked on everyone's door for assistance, Chevron the only one who opened the door opened the door for us.
Oh, wonderful.
To do work at Greenwood Academy. So through Boys and Girls Club, we met a young lady named Lily. So Lily, she saw the work that we were doing. And then so myself, Patrick and Dante, we was mentoring at Greenwood Academy. So they came behind us, gave us some funds to say we love, because we was doing it for free. They came behind us, endorsed us, and they've been endorsing us since 2021. Yeah, so now we do conflict mediation at Greenwood Academy. So we have a program with the principal, Philip Johnson. He brought us to Greenwood Academy. We're there twice, sometimes 3 times a week, and we mediate conflicts of young men and young women.
Now, what's the address where it's located?
So that's in Richmond,
But
the
what
Iron
street?
Triangle. So if you just look up Greenwood Academy, the Iron Triangle of Richmond is called the Old Gumpers. Also, it's a continuation school. It pops up. It's on 8th and Chancellor.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
And you do conflict mediation?
Mediation. There.
Oh, after school, is it?
No, during school.
Oh, during school time?
Yeah, so during school, we on the grounds of school, meeting, talking to all the kids.
I see, yeah. Well, any parting words that you'd like to put out before we end our show? Maybe you can send David some footage and maybe we could
Yes.
put that in.
I would like to say this, that we have our annual homeless or unhoused feed coming up.
Oh, when's that?
It's in January, the beginning of the year. The date is to be determined.
Okay.
We have our annual adopted funding for the holidays on the 22nd at 322 Harbor Way.
This December?
Yes, 322
Give that
Harbor
again.
Way, Suite
Give that
25.
again.
Yes, so we giving toys and gifts to families and everyone.
Good.
Yes.
So
we have
if people want to donate, they can.
So anyone want to donate, you can donate to motivatedhelpothers.org. Go to the website. It's connected to PayPal. You can donate to Motivated Help Others, or you can donate it to our 100 Years website also, 100years.biz. So you can donate to both.
Good.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank you so much. You've given us so much good information about these 2 nonprofits that you created, and I'm so proud of you.
Thank
and
you.
the other 2 men that you talked about.
Dante and Patrick. Yes.
Yes, you did a wonderful job, and
Yes.
keep up the good work.
Yes, but I also have to give it up for our staff for
Oh,
motivating
yes.
help others as well as 100 years.
Yes.
Because without them, it's not us.
That's right.
So for all our staff, from the ground up, for motivating
Yes.
help us 100 years, I give a shout out to all y'all, all my friends, my family, my lovers. Too many to name, but you all know who you are.
That's right.
Thank you, because if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be sitting right here.
Yes, because
And
it takes
thank
more
you
than
so
one
much.
person to make something go.
Absolutely.
More
It's
than
not
one
me.
person, no.
It's the
And
family.
God.
And God
does it.
first.
And God first. And then
Absolutely.
He gives us the wherewithal to do it.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you so very
got
much.
them
I
right there.
certainly appreciate that. And oh yes, tell quickly about your bracelets.
Oh, so we have the Motivate Help Others bracelets. We like to just share and just give to everyone just to show representation.
Yes. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you so
Let's
much.
wave goodbye to our audience. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thank
Goodbye.
you all. Goodbye.